Greetings, Mr. Bobby. Greetings, Mr. Neely Fuller.
Yes, sir.
I have a VGQ and a question. The VGQ is last week we finished your book, Mr. Neely Fuller, cover to cover, and it was a very constructive and useful read. The next book we are covering is Race Code War that you had recommended, and I've already started it, and it has been very, very constructive. But we're starting that book in about 2 weeks. If folks want to join some victims of racism who are trying to become less confused about what's happening on planet Earth, you can email counteringrws@gmail.com. And my question, Ms. Neely Fuller, is last week this white child followed me around my complex, and then as I was swimming, he was pointing a toy gun at me and pulling the trigger. So I asked him, trying to follow your advice and stay in the question lane, I asked him, do you like shooting black people? And my question for you is, what's that a logical question to ask?
Sure. Did you get an answer?
Yeah, he just shook his head, no. And then I told him, then stop. That was probably my error. But then he proceeded to keep doing it, of course, because white supremacists do what white supremacists do.
Yes, you can ask anybody any kind of question that involves you, and just see what the answer is. And whatever answer you get, then you go into, well, here again, page 171, 172 of the textbook for victims of white supremacy. What do you want to do? Well, I want to pretend that I'm shooting you. Well, why do you want to do it? And then just listen for the answers. What do you want to do? You're pointing this thing at me, the imitation gun and whatnot. And why do you want to do it? How do you plan to do it? Well, I plan to do it by just following you around the neighborhood, pulling the trigger on this little toy that I have in my hand. Okay, what do you expect the constructive result to be? See, it applies everywhere. That's just one part of the code, but it's like the whole code wrapped up in 4 questions. Really, the wants. It's one of the last things that went into the 2016 revised expanded edition of the textbook that's over 400 pages. But it's just got 4 questions in there that you might say is the center, and it's one of the last things I put in the book because it's one of the last things I thought about putting in there. I had a lot of material. And I said, well, this looks like something that needs to go in there right now. So I got in touch with the people. The book was fixing to go to press. I said, I got to have that in there, those 4 wants, because that's the core. Every creature wants something, wants to do something, every minute of the day that creature is awake and moving about. The creature wants something. So it comes down to those 4 questions. What do you want to do? The creature either wants to do something itself or it wants someone else, some other force, some other power to do something. This applies to every creature, every flea, every person, every sailor, every soldier, every funeral home director. They want to do something. Every teacher. Every person is running for the bus. They want to catch the bus. Simple things, but it all has to do with wants. Every second you want to do something. So what do you want to do? Why do you want to do it? How do you plan to do it? And then that last question, the dynamite question, what do you expect the constructive result to be? And underline constructive result. And the answers to those questions will take everybody everybody right where they should be. Everybody, whether they want to go or not. Those answers to those questions will take everybody right where they should be.